Welcome back, Chocolate Snob fans. I wanted to introduce you to this chocolate was given to me by somebody, and I had never heard of this company before. Like I said, there's so much chocolate out there, and how could I possibly find out which one is which? That's part of why we're enjoying this together. Someone came up to me at a conference, the VoiceOver Atlanta conference, VO Atlanta, and I happened to mention that I'm a chocolate snob. And this particular person had this chocolate bar with her, and she said, I want you to try it and to try it on your channel. So we're doing this for you. But I also was kind of excited to experience, this is a chocolate company that is based in Australia. So I obviously have yet to go to Australia, and I have never been able to experience the Margaret River Chocolate Company. And I was very excited with a little bit of a simple Google search. They have so many different options of chocolate out there. So if you're from Australia and you like your chocolate, you should probably give the Margaret River Chocolate Company a bit of your business. So with that same Google search, I was able to find quite a bit of interesting information. So first off, let's talk about, I don't know much about them. Loved looking at all of the different varieties they had. This one today is the Gourmet Dark Chocolate with Orange offering. But when I looked at their frequently asked questions, I was looking through their about page, one of their frequently asked questions, which I appreciated, this seems to be a question that a lot of people ask, do we source our chocolate from fair trade regions, right? Because we are trying to be more sustainable enjoyers of chocolate. Exclusively source raw chocolate from reputable suppliers with strong policies on labor rights and sustainability. They discuss how their major supplier, Barry Callebaut, forgive me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, are dedicated to eradicating child labor and supporting ethical practices in cocoa production. So I will set a link for this frequently asked question if you would like to explore this more. They collaborate with the World Cocoa Foundation and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to support the Cocoa Livelihoods Program, which aims to improve the economic conditions for around 200,000 cocoa farming households across West Africa. All right, another thing that I thought was very interesting about them, it says as well, the Margaret River Chocolate Company has been supporting a wide range of community and charitable organizations throughout Western Australia for more than 25 years. And one of the ones mentioned, they have significant funding partnerships in the areas of conservation and research of local endangered fauna, especially the quokka and western swamp tortoise. One of my goals is to be able to meet a quokka, so I like the fact that they support conservation and research of local endangered fauna, but especially paying very close attention to quokkas, which I find to be very charming. If you don't know quokkas, they're the adorable, adorable animals that seem to smile all the time. They don't have any natural predators. They live on Rotterdam, I believe it's Rotterdam Island? Yeah, Rottnest Island, excuse me. Rottnest Island Authority. If you would like more information on that, check the show notes because they will be listed. So, of the different flavorings that they offer, it seems as if they have multiple things. They have chocolate bars, coated chocolates, drinking products, nougat, nut clusters, too many things, right? But we're looking primarily at the chocolate bars here, and they have some limited edition releases. This particular chocolate looked to be about $14.95. I'm assuming this is Australian dollars. And they have milk bars, they have dark chocolate bars, but the one that we're trying today is the dark chocolate, gourmet dark chocolate with orange. Now, first things first, let's go through our parameters of what we want to look at. Let's look at the packaging. I like the fact, obviously, yes, it's an orange package, so you're like, this is probably the orange flavor. But on top of that, there's some beautiful detailing here that shows little oranges pressed into this sort of lighter section of the chocolate bar, which I think is a cute little touch. The logo is prominent. I will say one thing that is, one thing I kind of have to, is that the ingredients are sort of written in this gray font, same thing as the logo. It can be a little hard to read. I would not find it hard to read personally, but maybe someone else who's enjoying this may find this hard to read, so that's a bit of an annoyance. Servings per package, they have 6 servings per package. Serving size is 26.7 grams. Looks as if dark chocolate, emulsifier, natural vanilla, orange pieces, fruit, concentrated apple puree, concentrated orange juice, invert sugar, wheat fiber gelling agent of pectin, acidity regulator, malic acid flavor, natural color, paprika. So, looks as if majority, 87.4% dark chocolate is included here. Cocoa mass, sugar, cocoa butter. Okay, packaging, I like it. It is certainly unique because I'm not familiar with this company. I don't know how the rest of their chocolates look like in person. Online, seems that their packaging is lovely. So I'd say pretty nice on packaging. Maybe we could rank it 4 chocolate chips out of 5. Now, in terms of the price, $14.95 for Australian dollars, I'm assuming. This person gave it to me as a gift, but I could imagine trying to get that shipped would probably hike up the cost. So maybe if you are in Western Australia and you want to be able to buy this, maybe that seems worth it to you. I would say with the shipping, this is probably something that would be more of a luxury item or more of a, I will decide to buy this for myself maybe on an occasion. So it's definitely more on the possibly pricier side due to shipping, not due to the product. So that does sort of shift things around a little bit. It's a higher end chocolate bar for sure. I would say maybe 2.5, 2.75 chocolate chips out of 5. So a little bit on the pricier side, something to keep in mind. All right, let's look a little further past the packaging here. Oh wow, these are big. My goodness. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 6 sections of this chocolate bar. And they're big. So, you're seeing here, they're big blocks. That is intimidating. Wow. That'll be harder for you to break apart to share. Something that, you know, maybe if you're sharing a chocolate bar with people, you can kind of break off the little pieces. This is a bit intimidating, mind you. Woo! Okay, let us get into it a little bit. So it is packaged in this plastic wrap. It seems as if the juices are starting to leak. I did keep this in the fridge to help preserve flavor. Looks like, oh, this was already pre-broken. They're hard to break. They're hard to break. Looks like I'm gonna just have to bite off the piece. That is intense. Wow. I'm probably gonna have to dock some points for how difficult that is to break. Not the most easiest thing in the world. I would say the texture is intimidating. Well, that's not the right word. The size is intimidating. The texture looks to be very, very hard. It's very put together. I'm not seeing much on the inside of this broken piece. But, okay. Let's take a little bite. I'm definitely getting the orange flavors. That is prominent. Not overtly prominent, but enough. Nice, smooth, chocolatey texture, but mixed with the orange. And almost, the texture almost makes me feel as if there's like orange peel in the chocolate, but I don't see peel. I mean, I sort of taste it. I got a bit of peel there. Okay. You know what? That kind of changes things up for me in terms of texture. Yes, this is a very intimidating size of a chocolate, but the difference between getting your chocolate and then having the little fruity pieces is a nice little surprise in the midst of you enjoying your chocolate. That is quite good. Yeah, the orange peel is very prominent. The apple, what was it that I read? Something about the apple juice? Apple puree. Yeah, orange pieces I definitely taste. Orange juice. The color of paprika, I'm not really seeing. Maybe that's just for the fruit pieces. Wow. But like, you feel like you're putting in work, probably because I left it in the fridge. So that's possibly my error. Chocolate itself is lovely. And I think mixed, I'm not normally a huge orange and chocolate fan because I've had some where the orange is too sweet. It doesn't taste fresh. This tastes fresh. Like it tastes like legitimate orange pieces in the chocolate. Very good. And the logo is prominently displayed on the top of the little section of chocolate. Wow, that is good. That is good chocolate. I am pleasantly impressed. I mean, I knew I was gonna like it because this woman gave it to me. She says, I think you need to try this, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, Margaret River Chocolate Company, you get a nice review from me. That was very good. I would say, yeah, 5 chocolate chips. That is a solid gourmet dark chocolate bar with orange. That is very lovely. And I'm normally not much of a chocolate orange flavor combination person, but that might have changed me. Wow. That was very good. Yeah, only gripe, sometimes with the packaging I can't read the ingredients nicely. It's a very large, intimidating piece and it's very hard to break. That could be on me because I left it in the fridge, so I will also keep that in mind with my score. But the texture of the orange pieces with the chocolate is a very nice surprise. I'm gonna give that a 3.754 because I'm sure that's part of me for putting it in the fridge. So I would have to see how a room temperature one would be. So maybe someone else, if you are a chocolate snob who enjoys Margaret River Chocolate Company and you're like, no, this breaks apart easy, Naughty, I don't know what you're talking about. Please tell me, I would want to know. You can kind of see the chocolate bits on my hand because they melted. But yes, wow, very, very good. Thank you for introducing me to this chocolate company. This was delicious. Very, very good. I'm gonna take my time eating this and wow, these are intimidatingly large pieces and my little chocolate heart is gonna be so happy. Great all around chocolate. Intrigued to try more of their flavors if I ever do that. Maybe I just need to go to Australia. Maybe a little tour is in the works. Anyway, thank you for joining us for today's episode. If you have tried Margaret River Chocolate Company before, let me know. Tell me what other flavors I should be able to try. If you have any suggestions for other chocolate companies I need to explore, again, let me know. There are only so many chocolate companies one person can discover, so we need to help each other be able to enjoy this delicious treat sustainably, of course. That is the goal of this channel. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy all the chocolate if you can, within reason, and do it in a snobbish way. All right, catch you later.